Hello, my name is ZhonPoa.
Hello, my name is Yong Cherng Han.
We're Thai UMT students in the Software Engineering Diploma program. We're currently in Year 2, Semester 3. This is our presentation for our assignment AACS 2034 Fundamentals of Computer Networks.
We were hired by media wave broadcaster to design their local area network, LAN, as network engineers. Location A houses administration, newsroom, and production department. Location B houses the marketing, human resource, and engineering department. Location C houses two international news departments in one subnet. Each of the department and facilities is required to have its own subnet. Location A is 500 meters away from location B and 200 meters away from location C. In total, there are 8 departments, but we only need 7 subnets because both international news departments should be in one subnet. This is our calculation for host addresses required table. For example, location A, administration department, number of hosts required is 450. The 25% growth is 112.5. When we add it up, total will be 562.5. We need to round it up because we cannot have half switch. So will be 563. So the final will be 563. For location C, the international news department in one subnet. So the total we need to add it up. 338 plus 338. So total is 676.
So for the subnet mask, how do we calculate this? First, we take the largest number of hosts in the subnet, which is 676 in the International News Department, which are both in the same subnet. And then our network address is 10.0.0.0. So we know that this is address class A and default subnet mask of 255.0.0.0. Now we take the minimum. Because minimum we need 676 hosts. So we take 1024 because we don't have 676 here. So we take 8 bits, 9 bits, 10 bits, 10 host bits. So we will have 1024 host addresses minus 2 because the network address and broadcast address, we will have 1022 usable host address, which is enough for this 676. And then this subnet custom subnet mask is prefix of 22. And we'll be using custom subnet mask of 255.255.252.0. And then our number of subnets will be 16,384 here. And then network bits will be 14. So 1024 host addresses is for 256 addresses. You can see 10.0.0.0 to 10.0.0.255 is 256 addresses. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So administration department 4, 4, 4, 4. Each we just increment it by 4. So network address for administration department 10.0.0.0, usable address range 10.0.0.1 to 10.0.3.254, and then broadcast address is 10.0.3.255. So we just increment by 4 for every department.
Addressing table for all devices. This is our PC address table. For example, location A, newsroom department, PC1 device, IP 10.0.11.254. The subnet mask all the same, 255.255.252.0, and the default gateway 10.0.8.1. This is our switch address table. For example, location A, newsroom department, location A, newsroom, main switch 1, 10.0.11.3, subnet mask 255.255.252.0.
Okay, this is the network we made in Cisco Packet Tracer. You can see location A has network department, production department, and administration department. Location B has engineering department, human resource, and marketing department. Location C has 2 departments, right? International News Department 1 and 2, and they are both in the same subnet. Even though they are both in the same subnet, we split them into 2 like this to make things organized. And then for the router, we put it in location A, administration department. And then this main router will let all these departments to connect with each other as a central connection point and default gateway for all departments. And then for each device, you can see PC has an IP, switch has IP, main router has default gateway address for each of these departments. Then you can see this wire cable is straight through, and then this one is copper crossover. They are both using copper. So copper straight through, copper crossover. Straight through, crossover, and straight through. Because switch to switch, we need to use crossover here. And then PC to switch or switch to router, we need to use straight through. But if we look here, this is the same thing, but because location B to location A is 500 meters, which is more than 100 meters, we need to use fiber. Because the router is located in location A, right? So we need to use fiber. And this switch has 24 ports. None of the 24 ports can be swapped out with fiber port. So we need to use an additional switch that has fiber optic capabilities. Same goes for location C, which is 200 meters away, which is too far. And then let's look into more detail. For location A newsroom department, our PC, let's say this PC will represent 500 devices. So we have 500 devices, divide by 24 because each switch is 24 ports. We will need 21 switches. Let's call these secondary switches. And then we have 21 secondary switches, 500 devices. Then we have one main switch that connects to the 21 secondary switches. Because instead of 21 secondary switches connecting to the main router, we just want one main switch to connect to the main router. And then same goes for this production department, devices, divide the port and we get the number of switches. And then this too, engineering department. All departments are the same. And then let's see if the connections work with other departments. You can see every department has a device that ends with 0.2. And then we just need to increment it by 4. So 0.2, 4.2, 8.2, 12.2, here 12.2, 14.2, 16.2, 20.2, 24.2. Okay, let's look at PC1. I already did this beforehand to save time. So 24.2, 20.2, 2%, right? 16.2, 14.2, and then 12.2, the international department, and then 8.2, 4.2, and 0.2. And then let's say we want to configure this switch or the router even. We can do this, open this, or we can open PC, then we type telnet, and then the IP of the intermediary device we want to configure. So 10.0.11.5 for the LA newsroom switch, secondary switch 1. Capital C, capital L, A33 for the password. And then we need to type another password. Small letter A, capital C, capital S, 2034. You can see if we show running config, you can see everything's here. Show run config. See? So we have the host name, enable secret, IP for the switch, line console 0, password, and VTY line passwords. Now what if we want to look at the router? Same thing, telnet. Then instead of switch address, we type the default gateway for our department. So 10.0.8.1. You see we need a password, CLA33 just now. Enable, and then AACS2034. AA capital C capital S 2034. And then our main router, see, main router. Then if we show running config, we can see we have our secret hostname, all the default gateways, line console 0 password, and VTY password. That's it. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.